need actually notes of. So global ancestry, chromosome 1 sample report shows 24% Scandinavian, 21% native peoples of North, 12% natives of Andes, 10% native people of Amazon and Caribbean, 9% Southeast Asia, and most frequent ethnicity 24% Scandinavian, most unique 1% West African. Because the samples, because I haven't paid for premium, I don't get the full information. Each one of our chromosomes tells a unique story about who we are. That's because as some chromosomes are passed down from generation to generation, they reshuffle at the individual level. As each reshuffling is random over many generations, this leads to tremendous diversity of origin. It's why two siblings can have different ancestry results and why it's so important to examine your DNA at the chromosome level. So my Asian breakdown by ethnicities. Remember, it's just a sample, so it doesn't show us them all, but I'll tell you what they are that has shown. Overall ethnicities, 8 in the Asian breakdown. Siberian, 33%. South Indian, 20%. Dai, which is a part of China, 16%. Vietnamese, 8%. Burmese, 4%. Levantine, 2%. Turkic, 1%. North India, 1%. Latin America breakdown by ethnicities. Overall ethnicities, 8. Pima, 25%. Tarahumara, 16%. Huchi, 14%. Nahau Otomi, 8%. Traki, 5%. Mixteca, 4%. Zapoteca, 3%. And these are things I'm going to have to look into because I've never heard these words before. African breakdown by ethnicities. Overall ethnicities, African, 8. Southern Africa, the Niger-Congo, 33%. And what makes up that 33% is the Maxosa, 15%. Kulingi, 12%. And Kwangali, 6%. Southern African Khoisan, 20%. And of that is Damara, 15%. In the Halun, 3%. Doesn't show everything again because I haven't paid for it all. North Africa, 8%. Central, 4%. Central West, 2%. My African ethnicity groups, Southern African Niger-Congo and the Southern African Khoisan. East African Afro-Asiatic, North Africa 8%, Central African hunter-gatherers 4%, Central West African Niger-Congo 2%. A Neanderthal sample, 1% Neanderthal and 0.04% Denisovan. My ancient European ancestry, overall ethnicities European is 6. From megalithic builders, 31.16%, Bronze Age herder. These are matches that have matched to archaeological finds that they've got DNA on. Bronze Age herder, 22.13%. Maritime farmers, 16.32%. Pioneer farmers, 10.07%. Western European foragers, 9.67%, and the first European farmers, 9.65%. The first European farmers migrated from the other side of the Aegean, descended from Anatolians who adopted the agricultural lifestyle 10,000 years ago. My global ancestry, overall ethnicities 18, Balkan 24%, West African 21%, Native peoples of the Andes 12%, of the Amazon and the Caribbean 10%, Maritime East Asia 9%, Mainland East Asia 6%, West Asian 4%. The most frequent was the Balkan 24%, most unique Scandinavian 1%. Ancestry by chromosome. And again, it's a sample report. Chromosome 22 have 10 ethnicities. Arctic, 31%, Dravidian, 13%, Native peoples of the Andes, 12%, Native peoples of the Amazon and Caribbean, 10%, Maritime East Asia, 9%, Mainland East Asia, 6%, most frequent, Arctic, 31%, and the most unique was the Scandinavian. Vikings sample report. You have British Vikings, Viking as part of your ancestors. Your Viking index is 20%. Your Viking matches indicate your genetic similarity to ancient Vikings from these different regions: British Vikings, Scandinavian Vikings, Finnish and Slavic Vikings. European breakdown by ethnicities. Overall ethnicities 8, South Balkan 24%, Hispanic Jews 21%, Iberian 12%, British 10%, Eastern European 6%, Northern Europe 5%. Southern Italy is shared with 21 chromosomes at 31%, British shared with 21 chromosomes 29%, Iberian shared with 21 chromosomes 21%, Northern Europe shared with 19 chromosomes 9%, German shared with 12 chromosomes 6%, Irish shared within 8 chromosomes 2%. Overall ethnicities 30. On chromosome 3, 11 ethnicities, 30% Balkan, South Balkan, 16% Hispanic Jews, 11% Iberian, and there's 7 more not shown. Chromosome 1, 4 ethnicities, South Balkan 24%, Hispanic Jews 21, Iberian 12, British 10, 24% Native peoples of North. The most unique ethnicity, the most unique was 1% British. There's 16 non-European ethnicities. When I got to that point, I'm thinking, am I even British? Am I even British? This is like, blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. So there's lots of other information you can get. It's going to go slow. See how on the other one it didn't show any African, but clearly you see the between this is 3 different parts in Africa. And this one is shown as unique is 1% on chromosome 1. And the most common is the Scandinavian. Is this the Vikings? You just don't know. Each one of your chromosomes tells a unique story about who you are. That's because as chromosomes are passed down from generation to generation, they reshuffle at the individual level. It's go back to the personal summary. Seriously. So when you come back onto here, you can look at different breakdowns. So we'll have a little. We've looked at the global. Let us look at. Go on, let's look at the American breakdown. I don't think I've seen this one. I haven't looked at it. Right, uncover and celebrate your Indigenous heritage. Get the most detailed analysis of Indigenous peoples of the Americas in your genome. So let's get a sample. Ding. Okay. Okay. So this is my sample report, so it'll not give me all the information. American breakdown by ethnicity. So there's 8 overall ethnicities. Arctic Islands, 24%. Alaska, 21%. Plains of Eastern Woodlands, 12%. Sonora Desert, 10%. Mesoamerica, 6%. The Mayans, wow, 5%. And it doesn't show you the rest. Okay, your American ethnicities. This is a breakdown of your American ethnicities. Check out the most detailed American ancestry analysis here and find your missing American heritage. Arctic Islands shared with 16 chromosomes, 20% in total. Alaska, 16 chromosomes, 20% in total. The Plains of Eastern Woodlands, 16 chromosomes, 20% in total. Sonora Desert, 16 chromosomes, 20% total. Mesoamerica, 16 chromosomes, 20% total. Oh my God. Mayans, 16 chromosomes, 20% total. Oh my goodness. That's, that's okay. So, shared with 15 chromosomes, but I don't understand these bits here, and 4 more. Okay. So the Arctic Islands is, and the Arctic showed in my thing, didn't it? No, we've read that one. Although we've read about the analysis provides you with a detailed picture of their ancestry as reflected by your individual chromosomes. Click and check out the results at the chromosome level. Doesn't allow you to click on this video. Chromosome 11. See, so we've got different chromosomes. Chromosome 11, 5 ethnicities. Alaska, 21%. Plains of Eastern Woodlands, 12%. Sonora Desert, 10%. And 7 more not shown. What is lorem ipsum? Chromosome 3 is quite large and nearly as many genes as chromosome 2. Like chromosome 2, nearly every base pair of chromosome 3 has been determined and mapped out. Interestingly, chromosome 3 is home to a number of genes that can lead to cancer if they become mutated. But that's not all. Chromosome 3 also 3 determines the traits of many different cell types across your body. 3 is not a magic number. So it's not actually showing me any of the stuff. It's only given me my chromosome 11. But how interesting is that? I need to download that. I need to download that because I haven't. That's the first time I've read that one. That's amazing. I don't even know whether that's flipping downloading. Maybe it's not. Yeah, let's just bear with me. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. But I need it. Okay, so that was, man, that was very interesting. Anyway, so that was the American one. Let's go back. Wow. The Viking report was 20% index. UK report. Oh, I want to see the more unusual ones that I wasn't expecting. That must have just been under the global. Right, UK breakdown. So look at this one. Again, it'll be a sample because I haven't paid for it. 21 UK regional breakdown, the most detailed ever. The report breaks down the British Isles into 21 districts, geographical subregions such as South East England, North West Scotland, and Cornwall. So, them's the different regions there. So, let's go and have a look at my report. UK breakdown by ethnicities. Overall ethnicities 8. Wales, southeast border 8%, south 16%, north 14%. Scotland, southwest and what's NOI? Don't know. 8%. Orkney 5%, northwest 4%. Wales southeast border 25%. Wales South 16%, Wales North 14%. Wales was so surprising. Scotland South West 8%, Orkney 5%, Northwest 4%. The most Wales was really like Scotland. Seeing it's now got Aberdeenshire in there and it's got Ireland. Wow. Aberdeen. So that's what you can do. So I find it very interesting just to go back and look at the different lives and look at the different peoples that have actually made up me. Um, was that shown global? Does that include in the Europe? It was including the European, yeah. I'll give you the European. Yeah. So all we need, let's just go and have a look at the bacon. It takes far too long. Okay, so my sample report. You have British Viking as part of your ancestors. Let's have a look. The Vikings of Britain and Ireland settled down and integrated with the local people, adopting the Christian religion. They nevertheless maintained their own lifestyle and language. The day, Thursday, comes from Thor's Day, while words such as gun, ransack, and slaughter come from Norse. If you are 100% Viking, that means you are genetically the same as the ancient people, though the reality is that because of migration into Scandinavia since the Viking period, very few people hit this metric. The Viking Index measures not only the relationship to these ancient people, but reflects the reality that peoples have mixed and merged since the Viking Age. Modern Scandinavians descend mostly of these people, but also have ancestry from all the groups the Vikings interact with. Your closest Viking match. The Viking matches indicate your genetic similarity to ancient Vikings from these different regions that reflect their local histories. British Viking was obviously the top one, then Scandinavian Vikings, then Finnish Vikings, and then the Slavic Vikings. The Vikings of Britain and Ireland settled down and integrated with local people, adopting the Christian religion. I've just read that. The broad swath of England running across its north and east were occupied by Viking people for centuries, and these groups eventually became part of the Anglo-Saxon nobility. The last Anglo-Saxon king of England, Harold Godwinson, had a Danish mother. Scandinavians, my second match. The Vikings of Scandinavia erupted into the landscape of Europe in the 9th century with rapid raids on England and stories into France. Recorded historically by terrified Christians, these Western movements are documented extensively in history. Those Vikings who remained in the West gave rise to important cultures and societies. The Normans descended from Northmen, who settled down in northern France and eventually conquered England. Far to the east and less clear in their histories, the Vikings of Sweden expanded across the vast landscape of Finland and Russia, taking their longships overland when needed and navigating the great rivers until they reached the Black Sea. In the process, the core Scandinavian homelands, what became Norway, Denmark, and Sweden, became rich with booty, precious gold, and humans. Those who raided abroad became rich and home, and likely left more than their fair share of descendants into the modern day. Finnish Vikings. The Vikings of Britain and Ireland settled down. We've read that one, we've had that. Yeah, it's not giving us much about the Finnish. The Slavics. No, it's just giving us the same rhythm for Sweden. Facts. I'm Asian. Why do I have the Viking index? Well, I've got Asian in me, haven't I? Some populations, such as South Asians, show Viking ancestry because of what we call recent shared ancestry. The ancestors of Vikings are most descended from people who migrated from Central Eurasia 4,000 years ago. The same people also migrated to India and contributed to some of the ancestry in the subcontinent. Despite the very different genetics, this common shared ancestry means that the algorithm sees the ancient connection as Viking. So there you go. So that was me Viking report. Did I say anything else on this page? Viking index indicates your own relationship to the ancient people of Scandinavia who lived 1,000 years ago and spread out across the world in a series of migrations and raids. Our index measures the genetic difference between you and these people who died more than 1,000 years ago. I am closest to the British. Oh, what? Mine was the British than the Scandinavian. But it's there, isn't it? I've got more Scandinavian in my chromosomes than I have British, and it's shown. I don't know. So it's absolutely amazing. So literally, I'm thinking I'm half Scot, half Irish. That's what I was thinking because my father's side, recent history, hailed from Scotland. My grandmother's from Ireland. So I'm thinking, well, I am essentially, but at a chromosome level, I'm much more. I'm much more than the 90 whatever percent um, Irish British. I'm the native people of America. I'm the native people of the Amazon, of the Caribbean. I, I, it's like when you read into at the chromosome level and the percentages of who you are, and the Asian breakdown, Tick, Burmese, Dai, which is Chinese, Siberian, Vietnamese, North India, South African, Southern Africa. It, all of these things blows my mind. We are made up. We are not just one person. It's like we are not just one person. We are a combination of, I want to say hundreds upon hundreds if you think about how long humanity has been alive. all mixed to make unique me. And the fact that because these things get reshuffled, that is what makes every single one of us individual, even from our sisters, our brothers, our parents. That reshuffling makes us the individual we are. So I'm going to go and learn about all these cultures because I want to practice gratitude for every one of those cultures in my history that got me, that's brought birth to me today. Amazing. I've created all this for my grandchildren so they can see literally what they're made up of, up to my point and my part in it. But I hope it's give others a look into just what we're made up of, just what we're made up of, and why it's worth spending that money on getting a test, a DNA test done. Like, who am I? Who am I made up of? Why do I have affinities with things that I don't know about, I've never seen? Countries, places, people, things, ideas, religions even. And maybe it is all little connections to memories through genetic connections. It's amazing. It's amazing. But thanks if you've watched it, for taking the time. Take care. Chrissy, over now.